in a second. Let's just go ahead and club it up. Yeah, we in the building. My bad.
All right.
We in the building.
All right.
ICBK One West News Desk. You understand? This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under commanding journey. How we've been teaching the truth since 1969. One of your hosts, Captain Saparia, along with
Officer Mathum.
And we're going to be bringing you your local, your national, and your international news to your feed. I know you're sick of the garbage that's on your feed, the rhetoric, the propaganda,
right?
The distractions on your feed. So we're going to give you a little bit of what's necessary to recognize and understand what's going on in the earth, for your edification. It's a lot going on the earth, Mathum. You want to start with something local?
Yeah, let's start with a little bit of local news. Let me see. Hold on, wait a minute.
Some of y'all might have heard a little bit of news on your commute today, on your journey to work or after work or what have you. But apparently in Jessup, it's going down in Jessup again. It's supposed to be one of the top facilities in Maryland, and they got another scheme going on with them.
Right, another
scheme, another smuggling scheme, contraband or what have you going on right down the street. Right down the street. And they holding themselves mighty and righteous and upright. And meanwhile, they criminals along with the so-called criminals.
Right.
Listen,
this is supposed to be a justice system, but it's always been an injustice system. It's supposed to be a system where it's supposed to be people supposed to come in and you're supposed to get reform, but there is no reformity in America, even in Baltimore, right here in Jessup. We can read this article. It says officers, prisoners indicted in smuggling schemes at Jessup Correctional Institution. Listen, this is not anything new. I worked in the correctional system back in 2002, 2003, all the way to 2005. You understand what I'm saying? It's always been like this. And somebody just effed up and got caught. You understand what I'm saying? It says Anne Arundel County, WBFF. 10 people have been indicted in 3 contraband smuggling schemes at Jessup Correctional Institution, according to Maryland Attorney General Anthony Brown. In the first scheme, Correctional Officer Sergeant Awaganja Rita Adabanga.
Right.
I think
Come on. That sounds like a Hamite to me.
A Hamite.
And then high ranking at that. And listen, this is also, if I could elaborate just a little bit. We're talking about the state of Maryland and Jessup, Maryland, housing one of the states, some of the states and out of the state most dangerous criminals.
Right.
And they're taking this opportunity to smuggle and to swindle and to capitalize off of the system for monetary gain. You did all this training, all this certification, all of this training to get into this field just to manipulate it.
Right.
And then to continue brothers' afflictions that's in the system. Like the system can get the brothers clean.
Right.
You go to prison, there's no access to heroin and weed and cocaine and whatever the affliction may be, right?
Yeah.
You got a chance to get clean and to be what's the term? Rehabilitated,
yeah.
God damn. And then you feeding the addictions. So, I mean, you can elaborate if you
listen. I'm gonna elaborate on it because this is not nothing new. And just like you said, by his name, he's a Hamite. And 9 times out of 10, he was working overnight shift because that's when all of them work. They work the overnight shift. They don't do day shift or any shift where they have to do any kind of hard work. You understand what I'm saying? And that's through the whole system. He's been there 13 years. This is not a new thing for him. This is something that he's always done. Listen, come on, sir. It says a 13-year veteran smuggled drugs into JCI on behalf of multiple incarcerated people. This is something that happens throughout the what they call it, incarceration system, no matter what city or state you in. The incarceration system used to, back in the 50s and the 60s, used to help brothers get their education, get a skill. So by the time they hit the street, you know, understand, they would be able to do something productive and be what they call it? What's the name to society? You know, to be, yeah, you know, to be a productive person in society. You understand? But in them 80s, they started cutting all of those programs out, and now you see what you see now is dudes just being funneled back and forth into the system. If a dude is in jail and he getting high, and then he hit the streets and don't got no means of getting high, he gonna do something illegal and be right back in there. And this is the way the system is created. It says authorities said that Adabung regularly met with people acting on behalf of those in prison and received contraband packages that she would smuggle into the facility. That this is a female, which most of the smuggling is done by the female, but it's a lot of males doing it too. So don't get hung up on the, you understand, oh, it's a female, she's taking advantage. No, it's males in there that do the same thing. You understand? Adabung will communicate with inmates using contraband cell phones and was paid thousands of dollars for completing several smuggling trips. Officials said in one egregious act, Adabung tipped off a prisoner that members of the Department of Public Safety and Correction Service were engaged in an active operation, meaning she found out that they was about to raid a couple of cells, and they let the inmates know so the inmates can get rid of their contraband. It happens regularly. You understand? And it's the same thing that big business or big corporations do when immigration is coming in. They get a call a week before immigration comes in so that they can let all of their illegals know, so their illegals won't show up on that day immigration comes in. So this is a part of America. This is nothing that's not new with America. It says on July 14th, authorities executed a search warrant at Adabunga's residence in Anne Arundel County, and she lived in Howell in the Hog too, in Anne Arundel County. You understand? She was found to be in possession of a large amount of contraband that was packaged to be smuggled into the prison, including 200 pills containing fentanyl and methamphetamine, 19.65 grams of stimulant drugs, methadone.
And look, if I could, listen, it's like a whole nother process going in to the prison so they can hike the price up to like 100%, 200%. Right. They getting cash money, man.
Right.
Cash money. And inmates is doing the most for it. You know what I'm saying? Cutting brothers up, taking brothers' stuff.
Right.
You know, it's a whole lot of turmoil behind themselves just to feed that addiction more than it is on the outside. You think the outside is bad, what a fiend is doing for a fix. Imagine being on the inside with a habit.
Right. The
lengths that somebody will go to. Go ahead.
Look, it says 7,900 pills containing MDMA and methamphetamine, 78 grams of cannabis, 55 grams of THC. Listen, she wasn't just, she been regularly doing this. She got stockpiled at her house. You understand? 733 strips of buprenorphine. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's what's in Tylenol.
Dang.
And I think that might be a pain reliever. Now, I'm only guessing it might not be. You understand? That's just a guess. Then she had tobacco, cell phones with charging cords, rolling papers, and lighters, and everything. As a result, Adabunga is charged in a 40-count indictment, including charges of misconduct in office, contraband, conspiracy, and possession of controlled dangerous substances with intent to distribute. 4 inmates were also indicted in the scheme on charges of contraband, conspiracy, illegal possession of a telecommunication device in a place of confinement. Michael Cates, 33, Tavon Williams, 41, Tyrell Smith, 36, James Gilliard.
What a scumbag. Listen, you gotta like we understand the oppression of America and what it takes to survive. But here you got a career, a whole career as a correctional officer, and you decide to be a goddamn drug dealer in the facility.
Yeah.
When you know there's brothers in there that need help, that need to be rehabilitated, that need to get clean.
Right.
And because you want to live this fantasy lifestyle, and I bet you, Matham, these people that was a part of this reign, they just living a regular lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Splurging their money in the club, splurging their money on a car or a woman. Blowing it, right? And then you thinking you living this lavish lifestyle. Meanwhile, you in the ghetto with the rest of us.
Right.
Dumb. For what? For what gain? You know what I mean? Like how far? Like, I mean, Matham, I'm gonna get a little. Let me back up. Let me back off a little bit, because listen, all the wickedness that we do, right? If I could, Matham, just to add on,
come on, sir.
To get a little bit more, for gain, for money, for power, for status, and end up where?
Losing everything.
Losing it all. Being in a worse place. Being behind bars. Look at Diddy. Behind bars. Want to live this lifestyle, live out his sexual fantasies. He behind bars. He was the guy. I mean, the black community looked up to Diddy. We looked up to him. He was a billionaire, successful record label, liquor contracts. He wanted to be just like the devil. Now we got this goddamn Hamite extorting the system. You know what I'm saying? Pushing, wanting to be a pushing man to our people behind bars.
Let's say at the expense of our people.
Come on, at the expense of our people. Yeah, please cut me off anytime.
At the expense of our people, you understand? And
scumbag.
Like I said again, this is not nothing new. You understand? It's just that when they break stories like this, it's to make people, it's to keep people in belief of the justice system. They want to make it seem like, oh yeah, we fight this kind of crime, when they really don't. When they really don't. You understand? It's just that when the wrong person finds out, they have to blow the top or the lid off. She's been in there 13 years. This is not something that she just started a few months ago. If you look at everything that she had, you can tell this has been going on for years and years and years. It's just that the wrong person found out and they had to blow the cover off of it. You understand? But this goes on in JCI. This goes on at the down at the city jail. This goes on at Hagerstown. This goes on even when they only being detained. It doesn't none of this is not just a single place. This goes across the whole. That's why most of the people that come out are not really rehabilitated, because of all of everything that goes on, all of the crime that goes on in jail makes you become the same person that you was when you went in.
Not only that, you might become more of a monster.
Yeah.
There's brothers that's in there innocent, become a monster because of the hell that they're under. Become a monster, going into prison. Imagine going into prison innocent and then having to become a monster to survive. And then you come out a worse person.
Yep. Beast.
A beast.
Just like the oppressor. You understand? And that's the whole, this incarceration system, especially right here in America, that's what it's created for. It's to create it to keep you in that same loop that you continually back in and out, in and out. Think about this, right? If you ask people how many times they've been incarcerated, dudes say, "Oh, I did my first bit and then I did my second one." You know what I mean? Because that's the way the system is created. It's not created to have you learn a lesson or rehabilitate you. It's to have you continually coming back around so that they can continually feed off of us. And that's what they do.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, what is it? $87,000? $87,000 a year for every inmate.
Jeez.
$87,000.
Of black people money, by the way. Of black people money, by the way. Yep. That's supposed to be going back in the community. That's supposed to be going back into true rehabilitation. True, getting brothers clean and getting brothers right.
Right.
Come on, man.
So listen to this, right? Think about this. Now I'm gonna give you something to think about. That's even big. This was brought out some years ago. General Mahayman, Commanding General Yohana brought this out some years ago.
Okay.
What's the big industry in Hagerstown? What's the big industry in Cumberland? What's the big industry in those places where they have these big facilities at? There is no industries out there. That's why when they have places like that, they put these prisons in those places so that those people that live in those rural areas like that can feed off of our people out there. Think about this. If a brother do a crime in Baltimore City, why do they send him all the way out Hagerstown or all the way out Cumberland or all the way down in Alabama somewhere in a federal prison where this is the reason why, because everywhere that there's a federal prison or prison like that, it's because they need to build that area up off of our people. And this is what they use to do it.
Our calamity has been monetized. Has been absolutely monetized. This is just your modern day. Officer Kawan did a whole lecture on it. Make sure y'all check that out online on the YouTube. He did a whole lecture on the prison pipeline and from slavery to today.
Right.
It's all for monetary gain. It ain't about rehabilitation. It's about money. That's why they allow all of these things. That if you want true rehabilitation and real change, if you really want to change, you'll be right here in the Israelite School of UPK.
Right.
And we have been in prisons too. Finding the brothers that really want to change, really want to change their life and gain morality, gain a sense of gain that moral compass. You understand?
Right.
We doing it, man. Under Commander Yohan, under the Most High in Christ. You understand? Any more? We're gonna get off it soon, but we're gonna get these other articles. But go ahead.
You want to keep on? On April 21st, a search of prisoner and conspirator Alan Mitchell's cell phone revealed unauthorized food. On June 9th, Murray passed cigarettes and 5 pieces of paper soaked with synthetic cannabis to prisoner Kevin Glover. Listen, check this out, right? They even got the dates in the. Think about it, right? If this was June the 9th, he already done smoked this all up. They just documenting everything. You understand? But like I said, she been there 13 years, and the way she had everything stockpiled in the house, she been doing this for years. Somebody just blew the lid off or something happened, and they had to blow the lid off of it. In this scheme, Murray was charged in a 15-count indictment, including charges of misconduct in office, contraband, conspiracy, and possession of controlled dangerous substances with intent to distribute. 2 inmates, Mitchell, 39, and Glover, 46, were indicted in the scheme on charges of contraband, conspiracy, and the illegal possession of telecommunication devices in a place of confinement. In the third and final scheme, correction officer Catherine Hawes was engaged in an inappropriate relationship with prisoner Artemis Booker. Hey, listen, I don't know if you remember a few years ago when Baltimore got blowed up by that. You understand? There was a few females that was engaged in misconduct with the inmates. BGF. But when I was down there in 2002, 2003, the cover got blown off, but they kept it. What's the name? But it was a few sisters down there. Yeah, there's a few sisters down there that was messing with brothers that was locked up. You understand? And the whole cover came off. Dudes had, inappropriate pictures of the females and everything. You understand? They got their bunks tossed and everything, and they found everything up under there. So this is not something that's, you understand, that's new. It always happened. Plus, a couple of females was pregnant by the dude. So
I can't imagine. I brought that all years ago.
Yeah.
Listen, we got to come up out of this madness, man.
Right.
You want to get a couple more
drop
articles? Yeah, we could.
What you want to go to next?
I want to go to Trump. Before I pull an article, I just want to elaborate a little bit, just to dive in before we dive in.
Come.
Trump and the strikes and the waters concerning Venezuela, drug boats or what have you. A lot of rumors and controversy and talking going on online, and journalists have been breaking out. And They saying it's unlawful.
Right.
And apparently, allegedly, they like to say my thumb. Allegedly, they did a double tap on one of these boats, meaning they hit it. They struck a boat. Oh, we got some stragglers right here.
Yeah.
And then hit it again. Didn't bring him in for questioning or for anything like that. This is these are being considered war crimes. The Department of Justice and the Department of War, the Department of Defense, mind you, got some answers, answering in there. Everybody understand?
Con.
Because they're not going through the proper channels. Although they categorize drug smuggling as a terrorist act, you can't just go kill people you think that are terrorists. You understand? Collect some evidence. Collect some contraband. I mean, goddamn. Collect some evidence. Bring some people to court. Bring some people to give me a swab of the evidence. Give me something. They just see a boat and blow it up. No questions asked. What justice is that? Donald Trump is a murderous scumbag. What's the Department of War? The head of Department of War, Department of Defense. Jessup. He's a scumbag and a murderous scum. A lot of them goddamn military men is a bunch of rapists, bunch of murderous scum hitmen for politicians. That's why a lot of them is doped up. A lot of them goddamn military men is doped up because all of the crimes they commit.
Right.
And then you get out of the military and can, what psychopath would continue and give orders to other militants to double tap? They're gonna pay. I pray the brothers that they unalive be overseers over you scumbags, murderous scumbags, and your families for as many generations the Lord see fit.
Salaki, if I may, sir. You know that double tap, they did that double tap. You know, first time they did it, 2 people had survived that attack, and they found out that it was a fishing boat, so they hurried up and deported those 2 people. So now the reason why they double tapped this time is because they didn't want to have anybody left to say that and to find out that this was another fishing boat. You understand? So the first time that they did it, 2 people survived. They hurried up and scooped them and then deported them so that they couldn't say nothing. But word got out, so now they had to double tap this time.
Let them know what them. Listen, not only did they let them go to their origin country, they're free in their origin country.
Right.
They're not even detained or locked up or in prison. They're free.
They're free. Yeah.
I mean, are you? I mean, come on. I mean, God. I mean, but am I bugged out? Am I bugged out by? I mean, if they're criminals, right?
Yep.
And are smuggling drugs, and you let them free, go back to their home country, madam.
Yeah.
Mind you, and they're set free. It's obvious they're innocent, right? I mean, why are we not asking these questions, man?
Right.
The propaganda and the hold that these politicians and the people in power have on the mass media is real. Yeah. It's real. You got to decipher and comb through and dig deep and find this journalist that's over here. That's what we do here in the One West News Desk.
Yeah.
That's what Commander Hannah do on the Black Watch, America on Fire. That's what Captain Zaryak and Captain Zod do on Across the Line.
That's what
you gotta comb. That's what we start. We gotta comb through and find valid sources of what's really happening, what's really going on, and not just take what's on the forefront of them.
And that's what they give us, you understand? And that's why a lot of America's news has been shut down to the outside. All of that news that used to come in, all of the Al Jazeera and all of those news places that used to international news that used to come in, now all of that news is being vetted. And now what's happening is the international news is actually being played by Americans now. So you getting international news through the lens of America, so that you don't get the real news. And that's how Netanyahu shut down the internet over there in Israel and shut down all of the.
They bombed them.
Yeah,
they lit. Go, please go ahead.
They bombed, and first off, they went in when the news first started coming out and took all of the radio stations, shut all of them down, took all of their equipment, took all of their recording equipment, burned everything up so nothing would get out.
Which is a war crime.
It's
Freedom of the press is a international freedom. That's why you see, like in all the war movies and even currently today, they go out with the high visibility joint on that says press on it.
Yep.
They just documenting. They're not on either. They may be on either side, but they're there to present the story.
What they said, 197 press people have already been unalived over there in just Gaza alone.
Come on.
You understand? 197 people been unalived in Gaza, press people.
And that's why Benjamin Beebe said himself, right? He said himself why it was so important to buy TikTok. Because you can control the narrative, control the propaganda, control the flow of information if you got a hold on a site.
Right.
If you got a hold on the app, if you got a hold of what's his name that on Facebook? Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
If you got a hold of what's his name with the X?
Elon Musk.
If you got a hold of Elon Musk, of Meta and all these other platforms. What's
that thing we say? Open up the internet.
Open up the internet. But listen, all of that's being opened up. You can't. You listen. Even with the buyout of Twitter and not Twitter but TikTok. Listen, the flow of information is getting out there.
Right.
The flow of information is getting out there. Brothers in the school is going, bro. We did a video with Arthur Mayak was doing a video on interracial dating. It blew up overnight. Oh my goodness! Give it up for Mayak. Give it up for Mayak. It blew like these airwaves and this internet is a powerful tool. This is all blowing up. But that's what, if I could, Salaki, getting off topic, but it was important for them to control and have a hand in TikTok.
Right.
We think it was about money and Amazon, that too, but it's really about controlling that narrative and that propaganda as much as possible. After they bought it, we didn't really hear much about it.
Right.
Everybody was moving over to Red Note and where we gonna go? Where we gonna go next? I haven't heard nothing.
Nothing.
We gonna go to Red Note. We gonna go to the Lemon app. We gonna go to this app. We're gonna stay together and share the information. Gonna keep flowing. They shut all that down. I see nothing like I ain't heard a peep, my thumb.
No.
All the internet activism got shut down real quick. Except the UPK, we still rocking and rolling. You heard.
Right.
So like
this is where you get that real information.
Come on, man.
Right here.
Come on. That's like what was it? What was it? I didn't even get the damn article.
You want to get a Trump?
My bad. I was clamoring, man.
Trump with the land strikes.
Come on, let's get some of this.
Okay, what you got? You got it.
I'm gonna pull it up. Bear with me 1 second, chat.
He said, Trump said he wants to start them land strikes too in Venezuela.
He got to get confirmation. He got to get clearance on that. Read that for me, real quick.
It said White House says second strike on vessel was legal and conducted in self-defense amid scrutiny.
And then, look, so why is he saying it was legal? Because listen, shout out to everybody online that's checking in. Al-Azhar, I saw Rawal on there. I saw Yagadar on there. If I missed you, Salaki. But shout out to make sure y'all hit that like, hit that share. But why is he announcing that it was legal, my thumb?
I don't know.
He's announcing that. Why would you have to come out in the media and pronounce that your military strike was legal? Because there's allegations and rumors of saying that it was illegal.
Yeah.
This shit is. Come on, man. You're not bringing nobody in for questioning. You're not gathering no evidence. Like, you can just intercept a goddamn speedboat.
Right.
Talking about you are the U.S. military. You can't intercept the speedboat. All they doing is two things. There's two things, if I could.
Mm-hmm.
It's for show of military might. Spite. Three things. My bad.
Go.
For show of military might, spite, and because they hate the brothers and sisters.
Right.
Because they hate us. It's all three. It's threefold at this point, my thumb.
Right.
They had to come up. Oh yeah, it was legal. It was a necessary strike, and they're bringing in. Well, we deemed them terrorists, and they're bringing in this. You are the U.S. military, one of the greatest navies, the greatest Marines. Forget about it. Right. You know what I mean? So-called, I should say. Right.
Right.
You can't intercept a goddamn speedboat. A speedboat.
So, sir,
come on.
They use $4 million to blow up a speedboat.
They use $4 million plus
$4 million.
They're blowing up these goddamn speedboats for what? They hate us that much. I mean, God damn it, them. You can interject. Oh, I spy. You got all these. You got multi-million. No, if I'm talking too much, let me know.
But
they got multi-million-dollar satellites zooming down on the goddamn speedboat.
Right.
Multi-million-dollar satellites tracking a speedboat, and you can't intercept it with the U.S. Coast Guard or not even U.S. Coast Guard, but Marines or the or the Navy,
the Coast Guard. Listen, think about this too, right? It's in international waters, so technically, those boats are out there legally, but to cause controversy, to cause a stir with Venezuela,
they put that label on it.
For Venezuela, they make it seem like it's a drug thing. Well, it's the same thing with Iraq, right? Saddam Hussein, weapons of mass destruction. Oh, we need to go in there and do something. Destroy all of Iraq. Over 20 million people unalived in Iraq. And what did they come out with? Nothing. Oil fields.
Have they ever found them weapons?
Well, no, they didn't. They never found weapons of mass destruction. That's the whole big lie. Hey, listen, they got this all written up on the Brookings Institute. You understand? All of the mess ups they did, all of that stuff is on the Brookings Institute. You understand? You go on that app, you can read all of that. They found no weapons of mass destruction. And I don't want to get too far off, but even with the thing with not Saddam Hussein, but what's the other one? Osama bin Laden. They said that Osama bin Laden, the people who were with Osama bin Laden said, if you show us proof that he destroyed those towers, we'll send him to you. You don't even have to come. We'll bring him to you. They had no proof that he knocked those towers down. And here we are today. Another lie. Again, America wants to destroy everything and take over everything. Well, it's the same with Venezuela. Now they bombing boats, making it seem like Venezuela is the source of all the drugs coming into America. When how many years have we been talking about the Mexican cartel?
Forget about it.
So let's stop right here. Let's go even further. How many times have we talked about the Asians bringing fentanyl across the border, across the Mexican border? How many Asians have they caught with fentanyl coming across the Mexican border?
I ain't saying that to them, no.
Not at all. You understand? And he not even bombing Mexico. He not even doing nothing. But the cartel told him, yeah, we wish you would come in here with that. They're not playing that over there. It's a thing with Venezuela, and we all know the understory of the whole thing. They found oil reserves beyond belief. The most oil reserves on the globe is sitting in Venezuela. So they want to take over those oil reserves and then conquer the rest of the world. This is what America wants to do. The seven countries in 5 years: Syria, Lebanon, what's that? Iran, Iraq, and a couple of Sudan. Look at Sudan; they totally destroyed. And Libya. You look at what they've already done. You understand? It's to conquer and destroy. They want to be the epicenter of the globe. That's what America wants. That's why they doing the thing with Ukraine. But anyway, we ain't trying to move too far off of it. We getting way off.
I don't think we're gonna go to like 7:30-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to fit all the stories in. Could you burn a little bit of Frank for me?
Okay, come on, sir.
But and again, the water to all the brothers and sisters on. It's a big thing that everybody hit that like button, man. Hit that like. Don't be scared. And all y'all fake camps too. I know y'all love the school. Y'all secretly love the school. Go ahead, hit that like button. Christ. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Shalom, Lord Christ again. Hit that like button, hit that share. And we're gonna get a rock.
We're gonna go over a little bit.
But
we're going over a little bit.
We're gonna continue this story, and I wanna go over something else Trump is doing. It's connected to what we're bringing up. The White House says second strike on vessel was legal, conducted in self-defense, amid scrutiny. Why is there scrutiny, Matham?
Scrutiny because them vessels was regular vessels.
It was just
regular fishing boats.
It wasn't confirmed what was on them vessels.
Right.
And listen, Matham, if it was confirmed what's on a vessel, why can't you intercept it?
Right.
That's like say the DEA and the FBI is doing a raid on something going on in America, right?
Right.
They're going to send in a ground to ground explosive to the spot just because they got drugs and stuff.
Right. They ain't gonna do that. Like
that is not a lawful act to do. So the Department of Justice, the Department of War, the Department of Defense, and Donald Trump right now is under fire for what's happening in the acts that they're taking out right now.
Yep.
And that's why they under a heavy microscope, not only concerning the Epstein files, Matham, but concerning their conduct internationally right now.
And that's why a lot of countries are getting heated with America and starting to turn on America. And even if you got a bunch of Americans' allies turning on them too. So it's getting heated. And rightfully so.
White House says the second strike on vessel was legal and conducted in self-defense. What weapons did this fishing boat, this speedboat, have on America? Or not only on America, but American defense, the Coast Guard, the Marines, the Navy, a speedboat, Madame.
Nothing. You can't even put a gun. You can't even put a Gatling gun on a speedboat.
Come on.
So,
come on. But they got some. They got some little 308s down there on the speedboat. Little 308.
A couple of 9mm.
Little AR-10 308 or goddamn 6.5 Creedmoor. Not even Creep, PRC or something like that. 300 blackout. My bad, Madame.
Right.
On a speedboat.
Speedboat.
That's a threat to all of America. That's a threat to a goddamn Navy vessel. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen.
They can't intercept that.
So, like, if I may, sir.
Come on, please.
We get unalived on the streets of America because they feel threatened by us. They feel that their lives are in danger. So I guess these fishing boats are making them feel like, their lives are in danger. You understand? We see it every day. This is on a grander scale. Well, I can't say a grander scale because this has been happening to us for a long time. But it's the same thing, but just on a different platform. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to recognize the evil in America. You understand? And just like Cap said, this is where you get all the news and everything, the information that you need to know of what's going on, the truth of what's going on. You understand?
Cool. Let's get a look.
For you right there.
It's plenty. Yeah. President Trump and Secretary Jessup have made it clear that presidentially designated narco terrorist groups are subject to lethal targeting in accordance with the laws of war. Now, because they've been declared the cartel and all these cats as terrorists,
right?
They can just send a bomb strike in.
Right now,
these cats, all these terminologies, they just want to kill Mexicans.
And they don't have to. They
want to kill the northern tribe. No proof. They ain't gotta go to court. They ain't gotta bring in no evidence. All they gotta do is send in a missile strike.
Right.
A bomb strike. That just fell over the water too. Yeah. All right. Levette, is that how you pronounce it? Levite.
Oh yeah, Levite.
Levette said of the targeted attack in which the defense secretary reportedly told officials to kill everybody. I mean, goddamn. If this ain't murderous scum with them, I don't know who is. This is something out of madam.
This is something out of the Bible.
Shit, come on.
This is biblical proof right here who the devil is.
Come on, please.
You understand?
Elaborate.
To unalive innocent people, regardless of the situation. That's a devil. You understand? And we are living in the land of the devil. We are living in Babylon. We are living in Egypt right now, being destroyed. And he's destroying the 12 tribes. Listen, there are no other people being destroyed. Like, listen, he's at war with Russia. He's at war with China. But you don't see them being bombed like the 12 tribes are. You understand? This goes deeper than you really think. The rabbit hole is hella deep. You understand?
Let them know,
and we, you understand, are at the bottom of the rabbit hole. You understand? And until we are all destroyed, we're going to keep seeing this. Well, listen, we're in the midst of World War III right now. You understand? And the only way you're going to see some relief is getting into this truth right here in the UPK. You understand? Because a lot of our brothers and sisters don't really understand what's going on. We believe that America is in her right to do what she's doing, when in fact, America's doing everything against international law. There are laws that's stating that America is in offense of international law. Everything that they're doing, they are not supposed to just go out and bomb people like that. They're supposed to bring people in. Why do you think we have the Coast Guard and the Navy? They don't just bomb people. They bring people in and they show evidence of the illegal acts going on. But America,
if I'm not mistaken, President Trump gotta go through Congress. He gotta go through Congress to declare war.
He has to. But as we see, our oppressor gets to break every law known to man. These laws that America have is basically to have us believe in America. Listen, what did the scripture say? Being in the spirit of America. That's Isaiah 30:1. When we living in the spirit of America, we believe in everything of America. We believe in America's laws. We believe that America is going to protect us. We stand in the shadow of America, believing that America is going to protect us. America.
Can I address something in the chat real quick?
Come on, sir.
Hey, to this person, Bradford, recognize and understand this. We are not Jewish. We are not affiliated with the Israelis. We ain't taking no type of bribes. We ain't selling no crypto. We ain't selling, you know what I'm saying? We are a self-funded organization. We, the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, the true biblical Jews of the Bible. We are not in any way affiliated with the Israelis and the so-called Jewish man.
Right.
Which is biblically Amalek. I just wanted to address, because he been chatting and he been going off on a damn chat. I've been ignoring him.
Okay.
I
can't see all the way in my eyes.
But just to for your edification, whoever you are, we are not that. This is the real deal as far as a revolution is concerned.
Right.
We follow the one true revolutionary, Jesus Christ. He was a revolutionary. You understand? And he's going to enact a righteous dictatorship under him.
That's right.
And he follows the Most High, which makes it a righteous dictatorship. Everybody understands that, right?
Kind of a concert.
They talking about a dictatorship is wrong. Y'all under a dictatorship under something that's wicked.
Salakia, if I may, he said a dictatorship. This is a dictatorship. Anytime they tell you that you can't say particular words, that's a dictatorship.
I thought you had a freedom of speech.
Anytime they control what you say and what you do, that's a dictatorship. If you can lose your job because you believe in a particular thing, that's a dictatorship. And that's what we're under right now. A lot of people believe that this is a democracy. A democracy is truly a dictatorship.
Yeah, y'all don't. They don't even believe in their own law.
Don't even believe.
They don't even follow in their own law.
Well, all they got to do is look at what Trump doing. Trump is breaking every law known to man today.
Hold up, Darash.
Go ahead, Darash.
My bad, Salaki.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
They just wear long coats because they just wear long coats that touch the ground because the Bible says be black unto the ground.
Come
on, they don't know. Give them a hand.
Listen.
They don't know what the hell
you're right, Darash. Hey, Darash. They don't, and just what you just said, they don't understand the Bible. That's why they do the things that they do, because they don't understand truly what the Bible is saying. And that's why we're telling everybody to come to the UPK and get true understanding of the Bible. We are not Jewish. We are the true biblical Jews of the Bible. You understand? We are the children of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. You understand? My man. You understand? What was I saying? Look, my mind, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Listen.
You want to get back on the story a little
bit? Get back on the story. What was we talking about?
Be on Trump and the
that's why in the strike and the unlaw. Oh yeah, what was we saying? He breaks all of his rules. They don't follow their own rules. You understand? And this dictatorship. This is a dictatorship. When they can censor everything that you do, when they can turn your internet off, when they can take international news away from you, that's a dictatorship. That's what dictators do. When they dictate what you eat, what you can do. Listen, they say you can't collect rainwater. That's a dictatorship.
And the state of Maryland.
You can't grow your own food.
They got
That's a dictatorship.
In Maryland.
You can be fined. You can be in prison for growing your own food. You understand? That's a dictatorship.
Now, look, if I could elaborate just a little bit, my thumb, if I could. Actual Republican is a dictatorship right under Trump. They're going to be say, you damn right. Trump is right. He's going to lead the way.
Yeah.
Now, ask them this. Is a dictatorship right under a black king named Jesus Christ?
Right.
Yahweh Shah. Well, if he comes here legally and he's following the American way and the American Constitution,
right?
You understand? The white man is the God. I mean, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You understand? Donald Trump, these Republicans, not only Republicans, but the whole system, Democrat, left side, you might call them a liberal or far right or what have you. This whole entire system is set up to serve the people on top.
Right.
It ain't set up to serve the black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. It's here to keep us as a subservient unto them, no matter what.
Keep us restrained.
Exactly. That's the perfect word. That's the perfect word, Madonna.
Keep us in our place.
Go ahead, elaborate.
You understand? That's what this country was created for.
Come on.
Listen, how many times do we say this country doesn't run on Duncan? It runs on blacks, Hispanics, and natives.
Come on, Madonna.
Listen, at the Reconstruction, listen, even before the Reconstruction, who built America? even during the Reconstruction, they had to create laws so that we couldn't get the good jobs, so that they could get the good jobs and be on top. Because during Reconstruction, they wanted to get the slaves to rebuild America because we had the technology and the know-how. You understand? Right. And that's right. And another thing, that's where you also get what's that thing that they celebrate? What's the thing that they celebrate?
Holiday?
The holiday. No. Labor Day. There you go. Labor Day. That comes from the Reconstruction in 1871. They had to create the labor union so that we wouldn't get all of the work during the Reconstruction. That was in 1871 during the Reconstruction. You understand? This is a dictatorship we're living under right now. Go ahead, Alizar. Officer Alizar speaking.
Hey, if I could, I don't know if y'all see it, but Trump was on the rant talking about how great America is, like all the great things that America created.
Right.
Everything he spoke of, like everything. It was not one thing that he spoke of that a black person didn't invent.
Right.
He was going in, like, we did everything.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. We created this. I wish we had the clip right now.
But Salakia, let's go.
You got a computer. If you can find it, you can pull it up and play it in the class. But if I could just elaborate, Donald Trump was mentioning this. He was bringing up everything that America created and did, right? I think another brother in the school already did it. I wish I had that. I wish we knew was going to bring this up. We would have had it already, Madam Salaki.
Right.
But a lot of American culture is really Negro culture.
Right.
Is really Hispanic culture, Mexican culture, Seminole Indian culture,
right?
Native Indian culture. You know why? Because we didn't push this nation forward in technological advances and morality and in the culinary field and the sanitary field,
right?
And the morality. I mean, in every field, in the medical field, and I mean, the list goes on with them. Forget about it.
Yeah,
they would be obliterated without the nation of Israel. The scriptures say that they literally needed us to till the ground in order for them crops to grow.
Okay, let's go.
We going back to
y'all dealing with
what's the dude name back in Genesis? There's two sons.
Esau,
Cain and Abel. God damn. He said they curse the ground. He can't even till the ground without us.
Right, exactly.
Come on, man. Go ahead.
Wait a minute now. So we going back to tilling the ground, right? Think about this, right? In the great American land grab, the land was free. All you had to do was come out here and put your stakes in the ground. And that was the land that you owned. It's a land grab, right? Land was worth nothing. What gave land value? What gave land value was the slaves. Once you had the slaves, now you had somebody to till that land, to build on that land, because our oppressor could not build. He could not till the land. And that's why they was giving land away. That's why you got people who got 136 acres, 10,000 acres today, because land really didn't have a value. They didn't know what to do with the land until they got the slaves. Once they put the slaves on the land, that's when the land brought value. Oh. So really the slaves were what was the value. The land wasn't valuable. It's the slaves that you had on it. Oh. There you go.
You got it. Can you present that? Go to StreamYard. Go back over to the first tab. Go down to that plus sign. No, go down again. That one. Mm-hmm. Share screen. Go to YouTube right there.
That's your
link. Boom.
That's your link right there.
Hit that. Yep.
Yep.
Hit share. All right, go back to the tab and then click the one that you want. This is what they're seeing right now.
We must put America first. This is a nation that invented the light bulb, the telegraph, the
Is there a mute
television,
button on
the
the screen
telephone,
when he
the
talking
computer
at?
chip,
Turn it up.
the
Unmuted.
smartphone,
They-
the GPS, the
Okay, there you
integrated
go.
circuit, and even the internet.
Can you
Basically,
hear it
we
down there?
invented everything. What is left? We invented everything. And now it's AI. We invented everything. Does anyone have anything else to say?
They can hear it.
We must put America first.
Listen,
This is a
what
nation
y'all
that
hearing, right?
invented the light bulb,
He naming all
the
these
telegraph,
things down
the
here,
television, the telephone, the
and everything
computer
he
chip,
naming
the
Right. Black
smartphone,
people
was
in
created
the
by black
GPS,
Hispanics
the
and Native
integrated
Indians.
circuit, and even the internet. Basically, we invented everything. What is
Yeah, you can
left?
stop it there.
We invented everything. And now it's AI.
Hit stop sharing too. So they go back to the regular screen.
Now you know, huh? Now we got the secret. So we be in here struggling over this. So
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Shout out to the city. Yeah, we invested every damn thread of our society into this place, man.
right. You know,
You got anything else?
not on that, sir.
But I know we didn't clamp. Sometimes we get on a story and it unravels.
Right.
So we gotta stop on
What
it.
you want to touch on now? Do you
I
want?
want to go into the story just a little bit, tad more, and then I want to go into Russia.
Okay, calm, sir. You got the story on the.
Is
right?
somebody hit the door?
Somebody at the door?
Come,
Oh yeah, Quora.
no sweat. Yeah, Trump's talking about. Reportedly told officials to kill everybody after 2 survivors were identified after an initial strike. So they double tapped it.
Right.
This is the double tap we was talking about.
Con. Sir.
These are some murderous scumbags.
Right.
Murderous scumbags. And they just showing their face. They showing who they truly are, Matham.
Yeah.
Regardless of the protocol, regardless of the checks and balances in the system,
Murderers.
they double tap. Come on, man.
They don't care about life or anything. You understand?
They don't give a damn.
And that's why what the scriptures say: when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Right now, we're in mourning because the wicked are ruling over us. You understand? But this kingdom of the wicked is crumbling. You understand? And when a kingdom crumbles, another one rises.
Come.
Our kingdom gonna rise when this one falls. You understand?
Come. I'm gonna read on just a little bit more. Then I want to get the last story or the last couple, so if I could.
Come on, sir.
It says Adam Bradley worked well within his authority and the law directing the engagement to ensure the boat was destroyed and the threat to the United States of America was eliminated. And I would just add one more point to remind the American public why these lethal strikes are taking place, because the administration has designated these narco terrorists as foreign terrorist organizations, the press secretary added.
Right.
They are some goddamn scumbags, man.
Yeah.
They using these terms and these labels in order to conduct illegal activities in these seas, man.
Plus, it puts a visual in your mind. As a regular people, the words that they use put a visual in your mind so that you can understand why the things that they're doing.
Huh.
When they use particular words, a narco terrorist, you understand? That makes you believe that this is an evil person.
God.
They use the tags on a fishing boat. They'll say narco terrorist. Oh yeah, blow it up, destroy it. Oh, we understand why it's happening because that was a narco terrorist. But if you say they just blew up a fishing boat, you like, hold up, that sound like family to me. A fishing boat. You understand? So the words that they use. Listen, the words of his mouth are smoother than butter.
Smoother than butter.
But war is always in his heart.
And that's what's
You understand?
happening. People getting on the line. War's in his heart.
So and listen, like I said, those words, those smooth words that he used, puts a visual in your mind. And it makes you more accepting of what's going on. So, oh yeah, I understand why it's happening because that's a narco terrorist. But if he say he blew up a fishing boat, you're like, hold up, man, that's not right. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole thing, and that's when you look at propaganda, when you look at every word that they use in the newspaper, every word. You ever seen 3 different news stations, but they all use the same verbiage? This is the reason why they do what they do. It's all propaganda. So they want you to believe this thing. So they got every news station say the same thing. So when we go to work, you watch a different news station, but we both saying the same thing because everybody is coerced into saying the same thing to push the propaganda on the regular people. You understand? And this is why it's important for us to get news sources from different places. And it's hard to get real good international news, but we always find a way. You understand what I'm saying? And this is how we find out what's really going on. We find out the true story behind everything that's happening. You understand? I'm not saying that we find out every one thing 100%, but what we report right here on the One West News Desk and throughout the ISUPK under Commanding General Your Honor is truth. Wait, sir.
It ain't being pushed to the forefront.
Right.
It may not be in your particular algorithm. It's a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the new thing in your algorithm. Your algorithm is goddamn school fights.
Right.
Okay. Your algorithm is twerk videos. Your algorithm is Blueface. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what's his wife's name? Was baby mama?
Christian.
What's her name?
Christian.
Whatever that heathen. She's a heathen, by the way.
Is she?
I think her father's a white man, if I ain't mistaken. Check it out. No, somebody, y'all can fact check me.
No, Blueface.
Y'all can fact check me.
But Blueface knocked him out a couple months ago. He was black.
Listen, check his fit. Check his
might be.
I'm almost certain that.
I wonder.
Check it, please.
Yeah.
Somebody check it, please.
Yeah, but I
might be bugged out about that, but check it.
She's a terrible sister.
Yeah. If she is
she's a sister. Yeah, if she is a sister. She's a terrible sister because the position that she put him in, time after time after time.
But, hey, listen, we going off again.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got about 10 minutes.
We got too much.
That's why I said we got to start at 5.
Yeah, but you know,
I know.
I be full out at the work. Well, I mean, that little hour and a half.
We're gonna work it out.
Yeah.
But no, it's important because your algorithm is keeping you distracted with garbage.
Right.
Keeping your algorithm should be UPK, pro-black stuff, all that stuff like that. I don't know what the hell. Right. I don't know how it works. But when I get on TikTok, I'll be seeing mad UPK stuff.
Right.
And I'm liking all that stuff. And then I might see some black here. You know what I'm saying? Some black there. Some funny stuff here. I mean, that's my algorithm.
Right.
Some CNN. I get a lot of CNN. I get a lot of news breaks. I get a lot of Algiers.
Yeah.
I get a lot of that. That's my algorithm. So I gotta bring my algorithm to you. Yeah. I gotta bring my thumb algorithm to you, dum-dums.
Right.
So did I get personal? Oh, no personal attack. My bad.
No personal attack.
My bad. I didn't get personal. But it's important because if you're not tuned in, you're gonna be out of the loop.
Right.
It's a lot that's happening that we're not being made aware of.
Right.
You probably not even hip to what's going on. Venezuela, the boat strikes. Right. Why is that? Because we being fed the propaganda that Madam be bringing it out heavy. Benjamin Netanyahu, it was important for him. It was important for Trump.
Right.
Why was it important? Like it was like an American thing, and then Trump, and then Bibi came out talking about it was important, like he was a part of the deal.
Right. Of
TikTok. I mean, Madam, come on, man.
What he said.
We're gonna be up here another album with
them. That's why he said he could. Now we can control the narrative.
Exactly.
Now we can control what people think and how people think. You understand? Because that's what basically TikTok was giving everybody a avenue. Well, if you take that avenue and you course it one way, that's the way everybody gonna think, as opposed to being broad and everybody thinking in a particular way. We're gonna keep feeding this on here, and now everybody gonna be thinking a certain way. Now you got black people out there saying, oh well, the Israelis have a right to defend themselves.
Oh.
Like, so that means like if you walk up on somebody and then punch them right in the face, then everybody starts saying you got a right to defend yourself, but you punched him in the face.
Oh.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people can't really go back and remember in 1948 is when they started destroying the Palestinians. I don't want to get too far off of it because, you know, we've been destroyed for over 400 years. But we're talking about this right now. In 1948 is when they started what they call mowing the lawn. They started slowly but surely wiping the Palestinians out, trying to clear it out so that they can have all of that land to themselves.
They've been doing this for decades.
Israel is the only country that has no borders. They don't have a border, and they refuse to tell where their borders are because they want to expand into Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Iran, and all of that. That's the reason why, another reason why they want that war with Iran, not only because Iran's the strongest power over there, but they want that land over there too. You understand? So that's why they won't decipher where their borders are, because they want all of that land. That's why they push their way into Syria and bombing Lebanon right now.
If I could elaborate just a bit, Matham. I know we're over the time, but I gotta
Good,
elaborate.
sir.
They've been for decades now. This international turmoil been boiling since the 40s.
Right.
And even earlier than that, if you want to go really dive into it. But if you want to pinpoint a lot of significant moments in recent memory, we can start at the early 2000s. Really post 9/11.
Right.
Dialing back the treaties and the things that were set in place as far as particular ballistic missiles and the ranges they can go,
Right.
as far as Russia, NATO, and all of these countries in that region. Like all these things was dialed back after
Right.
9/11. Right?
Yep.
And then from that period, the 40s up until now, the Israelis been murderous scumbags. You understand? But
Do you know
I
why?
don't
Do
think
you
we
know
got
why
time
they?
to go into all of that. But
Oh,
I mean,
man.
goddamn.
Do you know why they scaled? You know why they made all of those treaties, though, right?
After the
They
Soviet
made-
Union,
They made all of those treaties on distances on ballistic missiles, right? So that they could start setting up. And what they did, they set up all of those military bases. So now nobody of any real power is in close proximity to America, but America, with all its military bases everywhere, is in proximity to everybody.
you're right. That too, especially post
Right.
especially post 9/11.
9/11, right.
But initially, those particular treaties and signatures and everything that was brought forth, I was at it. Oh man, we should do a whole show on just that, on that.
We have to put it together.
I might have to do a damn class on
Yeah.
it. But God damn it. After the 9/11 and everything like that, it was strictly, after the Soviet Union collapsed,
That was in 1990, 91. So
all of those things were set in place,
right,
so there wouldn't be no international turmoil.
right.
A lot of that was suspended after 9/11 in the war with Iraq.
They also thought after Soviet Union fell, they thought Russia was over. You understand? Once that Soviet Union fell, then America became the unipolarity of the globe. They became the power of the globe. So they made all the rules and all the international laws. You understand that everything ran through America. That's why the US, the dollar is the standard today because of that. You understand? Especially right after World War II. Everybody was destroyed after World War II, except for America.
Yes,
America, again, we did a class on it. America finds its way into every war at the end of every war, so that they'll be the only one standing. And this is what they did. They started this war with Russia, and then they stepped back and they pushed the European Union. We talked about that last week.
Scumbags.
They pushed the European Union up the front. So the
Scumbags.
European Union will be the ones that get bombed, and they'll sit back and watch them destroy each other and become the unipolarity of the globe once again. This is America's plan.
If I could elaborate,
sir.
one may call it scheme and intellectual warfare, but really you're a scumbag.
Right.
You're a scumbag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to come on and or they let them fight out, boom, 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 come in on some, and deem it as some type of moral high ground.
Right.
The
Yep.
moral high ground in that war with the Israelis was to get power in the Middle East.
That's right.
That's it. That was it.
Yep. That was it.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like, Emmett, though, we only got so much time. I got to get on this new article. Salak, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Hey, Dara,
Garage. Go ahead.
This
I know you better explode. Go ahead.
time, the plan to be the king of this world war is not gonna work. Because it already says in the Bible
You're right.
that Jesus is gonna come back.
You
Yeah,
on it.
hey,
You on it.
hey, he on it, man.
You on it.
Right, this is what the UPK create right here. Young warriors.
That's why I told
Gonna be
Ali, you gotta
increased.
keep bringing my nephew here, man. Make sure my nephew stay up in this loop.
This young warrior right here understands that this is the last war.
Right.
This is the last war, world war, and ain't nobody on the earth gonna win but us.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
Christ and them angels gonna wreak havoc. Let me get this last story here. Russia says NATO remarks on preemptive strike are responsible and escalatory. Meaning what? It's going to escalate things here.
Right.
It's going to escalate things here. NATO is AKA okay, NATO. Okay, they in the mix. You did. Let me get a little bit more before we run. Russia Foreign Ministry spokesman Maria Zakharova said the remarks were seen by Moscow as an extremely irresponsible step, indicating that alliance's readiness to continue moving towards escalation. We hear this talk, all the propaganda.
Right.
Ceasefire this, ceasefire that. We're going to come to a deal. America's deal. We working to it. It's all garbage. Meanwhile, they escalating.
And they call it
They escalating. They moving forward. Go ahead, please.
they call it preemptive strikes. And what's a preemptive strike? A preemptive strike is saying that we think something's going to happen, so we're going to send a bomb in or something in or make a strategic move to make sure something doesn't happen. It doesn't have to be proven that's what that person was going to do or that country was going to do, but it makes it legal for you to do that when you say preemptive. So when they do all these preemptive strikes, they could do a preemptive strike on your house and say that we believe they had drugs and they was about to distribute and it was going to hurt a whole bunch of people. So we preemptively blew that house up, just like they doing those boats. Those boats are preemptive strikes. They're illegal, but using that word preemptive is saying to them that something's going on right there, that we have to stop it, and we have to stop it immediately before it hurts people. Those are fishing boats. But when using that word preemptive, it gives them the authority and makes people believe, well, damn, maybe it might have been something happening. And if it's nothing left to say that it was or it wasn't, you can only go with it was, because it's nothing left. And you only get to go by the word of the people who's left. You understand? Go ahead.
Good. Like it sounds like a no-knock war.
Right.
Like how they took out the system.
Right. Yep.
There's separate sides of people that's like, well, it was warranted because
Right.
you know what I mean. And there's other people like, nah, that doesn't make sense.
It was warranted on the wrong house, though. Yeah. But and the thing is you see they tried to charge the brother with her unaliving too. You understand? And then they charged the dude, one of the police, because a bullet went through the house next door. But all of those other bullets went into the wrong house. Remember, they not warranted on the wrong house anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Mhm.
So, this is the reason why this kingdom has to fall. You understand what I'm saying? Because we live in a total hell. And what the brother said earlier, this is a dictatorship we living under. Anytime somebody can come in and unalive you and get off on it, that's a dictatorship. Unrighteous. Yeah, exactly. You understand what I'm saying? So we sitting and we believing that a democracy, actually, a democracy is a dictatorship. You understand? A democracy. But think about it, right? If you look at the history of democracy, even back in Greek and Athens days, they did the same thing to their subjects. You understand? All of the people up high, they're the ones that was getting all of the money. And just to cool the people down, what did Commanding General Yohana say they did? They started those fights in the arenas and stuff like that so that people could get their frustrations out. Same thing they do with the sports arenas today. We looking at football and everything like that, and it's directing our minds to what's really going on, away from what's really going on. And that's them robbing us and controlling us, and then sending us out to war to fight and take over other countries so that they can bring in more money, just like America's doing right now. You understand what I'm saying? Absolutely. So when we looking at it, a dictatorship is democracy. Now, I'm not saying that that's the definition of it, but when you look at it, it looks the same. You understand what I'm saying? It looks the same. You understand? And there's nothing different. It's no difference in anything that's going on right now that wasn't going on back then. You understand? The difference is well, it's not a difference because we still was raising our voices back then. You understand?
Absolutely. I just want to elaborate a little bit more.
Come on, sir.
Speak on one more story before we dodge here. NATO warns it may hit Russia's first as hybrid attacks intensify. NATO is weighing a more proactive response to Russia's hybrid attacks, including cyber strikes, sabotage, and airspace violations, with officials even considering a potential preemptive strike, as we mentioned earlier. It ain't dying down. NATO is considering more proactive measures in response to Russia's escalating hybrid warfare,
right,
including cyber attacks, sabotage operations, and airspace violation steps that could extend to what officials describe as a potential preemptive strike on Russian targets.
Right.
This is what's going on, man.
So they talking about going deep into Russia. Now, it's the strikes on every country was a determination of how far you could go in and strike on the countries, or how far past the troops you could fight. You could send your weaponry in. Okay. And this is the reason why they was using those Patriot missiles, because they only go a certain distance and stuff like that. But now they trying to get the long range missiles because they want to hit Moscow, and they want to hit the center of Russia. They want to hit all the big industries that's in the center of Russia. You understand? When that's against international law, as we supposedly see it right now. You understand? So that's why Russia said, if you do that, then every country or any country that those weapons come from, we're going to bomb them. So they talking about Germany, they talking about France, they talking about Great Britain and all of those countries, and they even talking about America. But I would like to know if they would really send something to America.
Listen. There's going to be boots on the ground in America.
Yeah. Listen.
It's written.
Listen.
It's written.
That's going to be a hell of a day.
This is gonna be the wilderness. You understand?
Listen, we done had our boots on for a long time now.
Come on now.
You understand? We already had boots on the ground. We already ready. We were already prepared. You understand? Now, this is the reason why we having this radio show, to prepare our people. You understand? So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives. You understand? And we seem to be the only people that are not prepared for World War III. Well, you understand?
Let's get right.
We always say, if you remember that day before that Ukraine war started, those people were shopping. They was going to the movies. They was out at restaurants the day before. And then those bombs hit. That's the last thing we want to happen to our people. We don't want to be caught off guard like that. You understand? Go ahead, sir.
Israel, them in Israel, they was having weddings.
Yeah, exactly.
They celebrating one of the fake Jewish holidays.
Days, exactly. And think about this.
Oh, you talking about October 7th?
October 7th. think about this too, right? You know he about to be brought on criminal. Is that on subject?
matter of fact, they was trying to celebrate one of our holidays. I forget which one it was. It was a feast day that day, and they said perfect opportunity. Them goddamn Arabs,
Right.
and they went in there October 7th, regardless. Outside of the conspiracy theories, they went in there and did what they did. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah, but
hey, listen, we ran over again.
you know that was heavy though.
It was.
I'm talking about that border. That border was the most protected border they had, right? But
Listen, we ain't gonna go into it, Madonna.
people came across in hang gliders.
Come on, man. Come on,
I
man.
ain't Salakia's there.
can't
I
go
know.
with-
We're not going there. We're not going
We
there.
ain't
I'm not going there, sir. But
we ain't going. We can talk.
we done went over. We
Come
went
on, man.
over.
Come on.
Go ahead, sir. Close us out, sir.
Let's- let's-
You want to close out? Or you got another article? You got another article. We ain't gonna go there.
No, but no, no. Let's go ahead and close out. But all in all, there's a lot happening in the earth.
Right.
A lot of information flowing, and the international turmoil ain't slowing down. It's just getting like when Trump came in office, I was thinking in my mind, you know what? I was asking generals, I think this is going to prolong World War III. But it's so much turmoil with all of these nations, even the allies with America. It's like, yo, what the hell? And then you looking at the interviews with Trump and the Epstein files and the MRI. We didn't even get into that today. Like every president
Oh shit!
share
Yeah,
their
about that.
tax returns.
Yeah.
Not Trump.
Yeah.
Every president shared their physical. Not Trump.
Right.
But they all in knots with this MRI
Right.
Oh,
scan. Have you heard about that?
I was gonna post something about it, but I didn't do too much about it. They said they put a post out saying his MRI was good, he got it and everything.
Right. And you don't just and real quick, that's a good point. Also, you don't just get an MRI
Right.
because you old. I mean, you old, he almost 80, right?
Right.
But you don't get an MRI for nothing.
Right.
It's like it's an extensive look inside of you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Usually,
with side effects and everything like that.
Salakia.
You can't.
You
know what I mean?
exactly right. Because before you get an MRI, something major or something heavy has to happen for you to have to go get an MRI, or for they be requesting you to get an MRI.
It's not normal.
And
It's not
exactly, Officer Korai was correct. Exactly correct. You understand? Something has to happen for them to request you to get an MRI.
Right.
You understand? That's not. Think about what other president had to get an MRI.
You don't even know. We don't even know.
Right.
Go ahead.
he talked so bad about
Biden.
Biden.
Right.
Biden. He said Biden. He has cancer.
He doesn't know.
He's dead.
He doesn't know anything. Yeah. Oh,
He's old. He said,
yeah.
and he was boasting up his cognitive test.
Right.
Right. My cognitive test. This. My cognitive test. That. Listen, that's a man that is out of the goddamn mind. He is going to. Let me backtrack. I believe he's going to escalate. Is the better word. This World War III scenario.
He got a little.
To levels that we can't even comprehend. That's how arrogant he is. And he's in that city. That seat that he's in right now is so powerful. It's so influential. It's so impactful to the world.
Right.
And we don't understand to biblical altitude.
Right.
You understand? But hey, I'm gonna get off it. You had anything else?
Sir, that was it though.
Then we got to go into another. I better pull another article, Madame Salah.
You gonna pull another one?
No, I ain't gonna pull another one. We're
sure?
gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. I know we got them online. Hey, listen, check us out. We're gonna be here at 6 next week. Okay.
Con.
And check us out. IGBK, I'm the commander in your Honda. This is the One West News Desk. You understand? We're gonna bring you all the news, local, international, and international news to bring to your feed. You understand? Make sure you check it into all the radio shows, you know, across the nation. You understand? And with that, Shalom Israel. Stay tuned for class coming up right now.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're